Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Wow.
So, um,
So, season 3, episode 3. How are we feeling?
I mean, good for Leo, right? Congratulations.
Congratulations, Leo. I'm glad you had a good night.
Well, I wouldn't say he had a good night. He had a good 20 minutes.
The Niles throwing flower petals gift from the nanny. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We are so sad to say this. We were supposed to be wearing our Compelled dual shirts that we ordered from our
merch store.
We got some samples. They were supposed to be delivered today, but our mail has not come yet.
Yeah. So.
And
we are sad, but next time.
But yeah, next time we got a sample of the hoodie, the t-shirt, and the World's Okayest Grand Duke mug. Yeah. So you guys know I always have my mug during Q&A. Next week it will be the World's Okayest Grand Duke mug, and we will both be wearing some swag.
Yeah. God. Anyway, right into it.
Playlist.
The playlist. Opening track was Mobile by the Mountain Goats. Why did we put this on here?
You said it was a Fee song.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Oof. Yeah, I said it was a Fee song. Yeah. I said it was a Fee song because of I'm on a balcony in Mobile, Alabama, waiting for the wind to throw me down. Lord, if you won't keep me safe and warm, then send down the storm. Yeah. And also, and where he went, the voice followed, sometimes barely loud enough to hear. Shall I not spare the wise with the wicked? Hold back my wrath from this town.
Uh-oh, besties. Next one was also a Fee song.
Yeah, Landscape by Florence and the Machine. Woo! There's a lot. Landscape by Florence and the Machine is a Fee song in general. Because she's just like, the weather can't hold her together, born from dark water, daughter of the rain and snow, because it's burning through the bloodline, it's cutting down the family tree, growing in the landscape, darling, in between you and me. That was on there because things are strained with her and Sabine right now, I believe.
Yeah, with the I want to give you back the open sky, give you back the open sea. Yeah,
that was why.
The girls are fighting.
Sapphic wrongs. I'll get that in a second. Oof.
And then We Won't Bury You by the Wonder Years was actually a song for Florian Javaris. How do we feel about him, by the way?
Yeah.
How do we feel about Florian?
Oh, my little boy. My poor little meow meow.
Yeah. Seriously. So,
so much.
We had a conversation. I think we talked about this in Q&A a couple weeks ago about like NPCs that we introduced in season 3 that we got unfairly attached to. Yeah. Florian was supposed to be a one-off character. We were supposed to see him once and then never again.
Yeah.
And
his role has expanded.
That didn't happen. We actually
not much, but he's come back a couple times.
Yeah, we invented things for Florian to do.
Yeah. Because we love him. Him and Tomas just
got us by the throat.
Got us. But yeah, We Won't Bury You was about Sabine from Florian perspective.
Yeah, like I had to let you know that everyone back home passed on the word of where you went wrong. It's a song about, losing their family and acknowledging that.
Because we'll all forgive you, but you can't forget that you know better than this.
Yeah, this is there for Florian to call his big sister out on her eldest daughter syndrome.
Oh goodness.
Next one was Bedroom Hymns by Florence and the Machine. We're not going to talk about it. We all know why it's there.
We all know why it's there. You know in your heart.
Search your feelings. You know this to be true.
Oh, and let's get into this shit.
Yay, it's more Mariana's Trench. This week it's your ghost, also off the hit concept album Phantoms. Uh, just can't help but see your face everywhere that I turn, a specter I can't embrace even when our bridges burn. It's like every time you vanish, somehow you're still here. You never seem to manage just to disappear, and everything I see comes crashing down on me, but the ghost of you is always near.
Oof.
I can't get myself together. I've been running for forever from your ghost. If you ever need to wonder if I'll ever be from or I never need to wonder if I'll ever be from underneath your ghost. You are just out of reach, just where I can't see.
Oof.
So we all know what that was about too. That was for the scene in the Hall of Mirrors, which was supremely creepy. Good job with that DMing, Al.
I'm enjoying flexing the horror muscles.
We do.
Yeah. I like horror. I like to make it atmospheric.
Okay, scoot over. You're stuck behind the arm again. But yeah, we get pretty far into the horror of everything in season 3, and it's different types of horror too, which is fun. And it's always fun to watch you flex your muscles on DMing that too, because we have that kind of like paranormal horror that was happening with like the Hall of Mirrors, and the fact that like you put those details in about like the mirror spinning and like Soren was walking through them and not showing up in the reflections. And
I was like really fixated on the image of him just hands out dragging all the mirrors. That was I liked putting that in there. That was fun.
And we, just kind of like classic horror. You get very Edgar Allan Poe with the way you do the ghosts.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think that the creepy thing about the ghosts is that they always disappear, or they always appear. I can't say that because we haven't met any of the other ones yet.
Can't go into it. Can't do it.
I'll expand upon this. Yeah, I'll expand upon this after episode 6 comes out. But there's a very cool way that Al does the ghosts.
Okay.
And then, we also got into the more like eldritch horror thing with the scrying scene at the end, like how you were describing how like Leo could not make his brain and his eyes focus on where Morlun was because of not being able to perceive him through scrying. Like that was really creepy too.
Thanks. You did really good on the sound design for that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like when I was describing it, I did not know how you were going to do it because I was like, I think what I was picturing was like the effect that happens in movies sometimes where the sound just falls away and there's just that whine, but that would have been bad to listen to.
Yeah, especially because the way we did the sound design for that was kind of interesting because we didn't want to do like very stiff, just like Alasha having to talk to herself for a minute. I was actually we were going back and forth and I was saying Morlun lines then I patched the drone sound effect
so like,
over that and then took it out.
The Morlun lines from that scene do exist, or they did. I believe we have deleted them now.
I remember what I said. But
they are not they are not extant.
So true.
But we did record that whole scene like as an exchange. It
was bad. You should be thankful that you didn't have to hear what he said because some of it was really vile.
It wasn't good.
Speaking of asshole,
yes,
the closing track for our playlist this week is "Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In" by Will Wood.
It's the first time we've heard directly from Morlun on an episode playlist.
It is the first time we have ever heard directly from Morlun. Yep. Oh man, there's so much going on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
It just seems unlikely that it's me who is to blame, so I bookmark my DSM because I need to remember my place. This is not enough. This is not enough to prove it yet. No, I need to hit the bottom.
Yeah. Gotta get to the bottom of this. Take you with me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Take the road on higher ground and tell me don't look down, you'll fall and break your back. But that just reminds me how there's more to be found beneath the black.
Ooh.
Looking up, we see the point of entry between where we are and where we've been. Looking up, I could say heaven sent me. Hand me my shovel, I'm going in. Yeah. Oh. And the way So there was a really calculated reason that I picked this for our closer, and it is because of the way that the song is musically designed. It is like there's this franticness to it. It keeps getting faster, and there's like fucked up circus clarinets going on under it, and it sounds bananas if you listen to it. And I think it's musically the fact that it's the first time we've heard from Moreland on a playlist, and
it sounds like that.
It sounds like that is because as a villain up until this point, Moreland has been very calculated and very targeted with what he does and very purposeful with his decisions, and beginning now and going through the rest of this final season of the campaign, he's starting to lose his marbles a little bit.
Yeah. He's backed into a corner.
Yeah, well, and Alasha had that line, and I believe it was like 18 or 19 of season 2, where she was like, Moreland has a long history of acting rashly when you back him into a corner.
Yep.
And they have backed him into a corner.
Haha, that was foreshadowing. That was real life foreshadowing.
And he's going a little bonkers and yonkers now. which is why I picked Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In by Will Wood.
Yeah.
But
he's been playing the long game for over a century, and now he's like at the point where he wanted to be, and everything's
Aren't
falling
you
apart.
tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit?
Yeah, like the way we've been playing Moreland in the background for this season is very much like he has been planning this exact thing that is happening for 100 years.
And then his kids, asshole kids,
and
show
his
up.
asshole kids, instead of falling into line with his plans, are trying to stop him and succeeding.
We did joke about there being an off-camera scene where Moreland launches a teacup at a wall and just yells at Alasha, "Why are my kids such dicks?"
Come by it honest.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the subject of Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In. It gets, slowly more frantic with the sound design, and it gets like pretty insane sounding, and then it like slows down with this big dramatic like jazz swing beat at the end of it, and it just activated something in my little autistic ADHD brain when I heard it for the first time. That was like, I wanted to do this as a closing narration on the episode, but I couldn't figure out a way to make it work that wasn't jarring.
Yeah.
But the ending of that scrying scene is not where I envision the episode ending. I do envision a smashed camera cut to the deck of the Australian flagship, where the end of Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In is playing, and Moreland Valsine is swirling around a glass of wine, face lit up by the burning city as a slow, unhinged smile spreads across his face. Yeah. That's my headcanon ending for this episode. Yeah. And now we're done. And now I'm silent.
Acting rashly when he's backed into a corner. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, on to the questions. Okay. First question. Paige, stop clawing the chair.
Madam.
Sorry, our cat wants to use our recliner as a scratching post.
Even though she has 2 scratching posts in the house.
Even though she has 2. They're both in this room. Anyway. What are Tomas and Florian's classes and subclasses? Oh, good question. Tomas Highvale is a city cleric.
We love him.
Yeah. And Florian is, I believe we said, a mastermind.
Mastermind bard. Yeah, just because rogue. I was a bard. Jesus. That's
rogue. Mastermind rogue.
A mastermind rogue, because that was what we were originally going to do for Leo's subclass, and then I ended up picking Phantom, but I was still kind of bummed that I wouldn't get to do all the fun mastermind things, so we made Florian one instead.
Under the assumption that we would use him for something. Next question. Who was Florian asking Sabine about before she dragged him off?
So we've had a couple friends assume.
A couple of our friends assumed it was Soren.
Because the name cut off with this. Yeah. We can't tell you who it was. But it wasn't Soren.
Yeah.
He was not asking after Soren.
Yeah. We'll clarify that now. We can't tell you who it was, but we will clarify it was not Soren Chakrana that he was asking about.
Yeah, if you notice, Sabine was talking about that person in the present tense, so that person is still alive.
Yep.
What spell does Moreland have on him to stop him being seen by scrying? It's non-detection.
It's non-detection. The 2 spells that can do that effect are non-detection and I believe mind blank. But the thing about mind blank is that Moreland already has advantage to save against being charmed, which is one of the effects of mind blank. So that's not
and
useful.
I think it's higher level than non-detection.
Yeah,
it's like pretty high level.
Yeah, I believe mind blank is a 9th or 8th level spell. Non-detection is lower level. It's easier to find somebody who can cast non-detection.
Yeah, Moreland can't cast it.
Moreland can't cast it, but
he's got somebody in his employ that can.
Yeah. We've been what we assumed was that he was just going through like higher level wizards of the Order of Iluna and just having them cast it on him every day after Leo cried on him that one time.
But the thing about him is that he's too selfish and too self-absorbed to think to have them do the same thing to Alasha.
No. Well, no, because he assumes that Leo's first thought is going to be to scry on him, and that the focus is going to be on him.
Mediocre men ruin everything.
But yeah, the thing about mind blank is that it does have a couple extra effects because it's higher level, but those effects are immunity from being charmed and resistance to psychic damage. Nobody is casting spells on Moreland on the daily that do psychic damage, and he is already resistant to being charmed.
Because elf things,
Yeah. So non-detection is easier and more efficient.
Yeah, and I believe the duration on that is 8 hours, so that means he'd have to get it casted on him 3 times a day. Yeah, but I mean, like they've got some battle mage on wherever, he and Alasha are staying right now.
They've hired one of the wizards from the Order of Iluna
to just be a non-detection factory.
Yeah. So true. And then we got asked.
Okay, we're gonna do a hand up, hand down for this. Hand up for transphobia, like whoa, and we'll put it down when we're done. But this feels like something that needs to be discussed, I guess.
Yeah. Why does Moreland call Leo darling so much? What is it with that specific pet name? And in parentheses, that one's not related to the specific episode. I've just been thinking about it. Okay.
So, spoiler alert. It's because of the transphobia.
Yeah. It's to avoid using his name. It's also like
it's a power play. Yeah, it's a power play. And again, some of the shit that Moreland does is pretty familiar. It's something that is done in the present. Notice how he never misgenders or dead names Leo or Fee in front of Alasha.
Yeah.
Because he knows that he can't get away with it.
Yeah.
And that she would call him out on it.
Yeah, the only person he has intentionally misgendered either of them in front of is Eamon Pedris and Leo himself.
And Leo and Defiance.
And Defiance, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, it and also it is like it's very patronizing. Like it's very much to remind Leo that he sees him as a child.
Mm-hmm.
He does
among other things.
He does it to Fee a few times as well.
Yeah, like, but that's more to be patronizing. But yeah, it's a way for him to like get a dig in there without being a shitlord in front of other people who he knows will call him on being a shitlord. But he knows that Leo knows. Yeah. So it's a very like fucked up power move thing.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's bad and he sucks.
It's bad and he sucks. Sorry, my fingers are cramping up, but yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. And then next question.
Does Boreas have a favorite book?
On a lighter note, in my head, Boreas reads historical fiction. In my head, Boreas reads historical fiction.
I am picturing Boreas Valsign just with his little arrow ace has just going in on Outlander.
God.
Like bodice ripper Scottish historical fiction. Completely unmoved by it. Just fascinating. Oh wow, the way they talk about the tartan is so interesting. Oh, glistening pectorals. What an excellent turn of phrase.
But I feel like he reads a lot of historical fiction. I feel like he reads a lot of like yes, historical romance, but also just like I feel like he reads a lot of like Sherlock Holmes-esque detective fiction. I feel like he's very into thank you, Woody. I feel like he's very into anything that is well researched in the realm of historical fiction. Thank you, Wendy.
I think he hears Chelsea. I think Chelsea might be home.
Oh, so true.
I heard somebody on the stairs. Okay, guess not.
Okay. But yeah, just well-researched historical fiction, I feel like, is Boreas's thing.
So
just
true.
something he can sink his teeth into.
What am I thinking of? I was obsessed with these books when I was a kid, and I can't remember what they were called.
I feel like mysteries as well. I feel like Boreas...
Was it the Book Thief? Was that what it was called?
Oh, it might have been the Book Thief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like Boreas is very much into fiction that will make him think about things.
So true.
You know? And then we got another question. Also, what kind of guy is Boreas with how he treats his books? Does he use bookmarks? Does he prop them open to the page? Does he fold corners? Also, if he doesn't fold corners, does he have a strong opinion of people who do?
If you fold the corners of one of this man's books.
I feel like he does not fold corners at all. I feel like depending on the book, it's bookmarks or he leaves them open-faced.
Yeah.
Because he collects rare books, and those he would not leave open-faced because he has to, like, painstakingly restore them, so he's very aware.
Like wear gloves when handling them. Yeah, because like oils on the pages.
Yeah. So like he's very aware of the degree to which those can get damaged. But like penny dreadfuls that he picks up from the supermarket, face down, open face, all the time.
But if you dog ear one of this man's books,
he will go insane.
He will take a letter opener off of his desk and go for your throat.
Letter opener to the jugular. Barry's projecting.
I have violent impulses towards people that dog ear books, and I have even more violent.
Specifically his own books.
Specifically my books. Yeah.
You could do whatever you want.
You could do whatever you want with your books. If you pay for it and it's your book, if I loan you a book and it comes back to me with dog ears, I'll kill you. And
we've had discussions about this.
I have even more violent impulses about page lickers. Again, if it's your book and no one else is going to touch it, I don't care. But if you're coming home with a book from the library and turn it, disgusting behavior.
Barry has strong opinions.
Once again, we just put little bits of projection into all of our characters.
But it is specifically with his own books.
It is specifically with my books. If you lick my pages or dog ear my books, I'll kill you, but I don't care what you do with your own books.
Yeah. The last question we got from patrons this week was talk about Kalanora, our beloved. So true. I love to think of them. We've been trying to, as we've been recording the front half of the season, we've been trying to just pepper in some Kalanoras.
Yeah, this was the first episode that we started like actually getting it a little bit, and we get more as the season goes on.
Yeah,
it's been difficult because we have a lot of like, well, no, I wouldn't say a lot. There's at least 2 I can think of off the top of my head, new NPC romances coming that we have to figure out a way to give screen time with. All of this shit going on.
There's a lot of moving parts. We're trying our best to flesh them out and have them going on in the background as much as possible as far as the NPC romances. And we're enjoying it. We love them. Kalanora, our beloved. I do want to say, I was thinking about it today, and just peak butch behavior from Eleanora Ashthorne, accepting an invitation to the gala, not thinking anybody else was going, and not thinking anybody was going to tell her how to not embarrass herself, and just
she was just gonna ride on her own confidence.
And just go, and just deciding, you know what, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. She was so flustered by Kalesa asking her out.
I think I'm gonna do pretty girl, pretty good.
Yeah. God. But like, she just accepted the invitation, assuming that she was gonna fake it till she made it. Just like, it'll be fine. Peak bush behavior. Somebody in the chat said, that's so funny. You're so right, Barry. Sob. Yeah, like literally. She didn't know anybody else was going.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that she didn't know or the fact that Kalessa knew and didn't tell her.
I don't think Kalessa knew when Kalessa invited her, because I think Kalessa invited her when she went to the embassy during the season 2 finale and the season 3 premiere. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, I think
so. She just shut up about that for like 3 days and just didn't tell anybody.
Yep.
I love
Eleonora. She's like, yeah, going on a date. It'll be good. Not gonna mention it to anybody.
Sir, stop your itching and your whining. It
well,
is
especially
3:30.
because she was sitting
Really
there
don't.
like, if I embarrass myself at this party, I'll never live it down. Just the idea of that enchants me. Eleonora Ashthorne's so flustered at being asked out by the prettiest girl on the podcast.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls go to galas and don't tell their friends about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the intended undertones of Eleonora being like, last episode, I guess I should come get etiquette lessons as well.
And then ending up with Boreas as a teacher, like a direct instructor. Oh,
goodness. Yeah, I'm excited that we finally get to do some Kalinoras. We've known that they were going to get together since Leo failed the persuasion check to have Eleonora come with them in season 1.
Yeah, because that was when Leonora
in episode 14
fell through.
Yeah,
and we were like, well, we cannot have her be alone and miserable forever. You know what?
Well, I had 3 ranges of things that were going to happen when that roll went down. If Leo rolled too low on the persuasion check, we were not going to see Eleonora again. And if he rolled high enough, then Leonora was going to be endgame. Like the mid-range that he did roll, was, I was sitting there like, okay, if that happens, Eleonora will be back and Kalinora is going to happen. And like, I knew that going into episode 14 and I've just been waiting like,
they're very cute. We love them.
I love them.
I like their coordinated little rainbow sherbet color palette for the gala too. Yeah. Like Eleonora had like the lemon yellow jacket on and Kalessa had like the sherbet orange dress and the green hair.
Yeah. It was just
I love them.
The citrus color palette. So good. The coordinated outfits.
I enjoyed the coordinated outfits for Kalinora. I also enjoyed the coordinated outfits for Leo's.
So true. I enjoyed that for them.
Men.
Somebody in the chat said, Boreas is great. I don't see the problem. So true. Somebody else in the chat said, no, because I remember joking about Kalinora in season 1 and now it's real.
Yeah, that's one of those things where we had to like laugh nervously when people were joking about it. Like, that'd be fucked up, huh?
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be fun if that happened. God. Like that's 90% when people
sometimes send us, and like this has happened several times. We're not going to tell you with what, but there were people in season 1 that fucking called shots on the very end of the podcast, and we just had to sit there like, oh, and we're not changing things because
we're not changing things.
No, and
we have more integrity than that.
Well, yeah, we've talked about this before. Like, we don't want any of our plot twists or any of our big reveals to ever feel like like, oh, gotcha, you didn't see this coming. Like, you can figure, and it goes back to that thing with like Florian's little line in this episode. Like, you can figure out who he was talking about. The clues are all there. You can figure it out, and like, we want to do those reveals for people who like doing that kind of thing with fiction and who like trying to figure out the puzzles and like make the Pepe Sylvia boards on their walls. We want you to feel rewarded when those things happen rather than like screwed over, because that's not fun. But yeah,
people in the chat said, I remember you guys being like, Kalessa and Eleonora live in completely different countries. How would they even date? And now, yeah.
Sometimes
the second Leo rolled that persuasion check.
Sometimes we have to cover our asses when people call our shots like that, because it does take away a lot of the satisfaction of the people that do the work and like do try to find the connection. There was no foreshadowing for Kalinora, but
because we couldn't.
But we did get our shot called on it, so we had to be like, oh shit, we got to make people wait another season and a half for this.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited that we get to have them on screen. I think they're very sweet. Oh goodness.
The other NPC romance that
is
also very good, but it's going to take a little while to percolate.
Yeah. I also think.
Well, and Adra, and we see a lot of Adra and Tony this season too.
Yeah, we see
but that's pre-existing. They've been dating for years.
Yeah. I just think aesthetically, it's so fun that Kalesa is like 4 inches taller than Eleanor is, because Kalesa and Leo are the same
height. Yeah.
I just think there's something so endearing about a teeny tiny butch and her girlfriend that's like several inches taller. Just
and takes up a lot more space physically, because like Kalesa's a bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
I love them. But yeah, I think personality wise they mesh very well, since they're both very impulsive. Yeah, and
Leo popping an aspirin in the background.
And I think they balance each other out very well. I think they're very good together. We can't talk too much about some of the things.
Yeah, because a lot of the development happens after extremely plot relevant things that are not happening yet. So
somebody in the chat said Kalesa's not tall either, though, which amuses me that they're both short.
Yeah, they're both short. Yeah, Kalesa's
5'2", but that still makes her several inches taller than Eleonora.
Short queens.
Short queens. God. And also, this is not a spoiler, but just for you, Sapphics, Eleonora can lift Kalesa.
Well, Eleonora has max strength. Of course she can.
Yeah.
Can and does at one point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, we established it on screen. Just
fireman carry over the shoulder.
Kalesa's pretty wriggly. She can get out of there if she wants.
But the thing is that she doesn't want to.
I love them. But yeah, there's some stuff that's going to happen later in the season that we're going to talk about them a little more. Because I think they're very much taking it slow at this point. Like, it's just, they're having fun. They're flirting. They're going on a couple dates. You know what I mean? And I think the deep emotional investment is going to come later.
But boy, when it hits. Okay, so open question time. We talked about our beloveds.
We love them.
I'm happy for them. I'm throwing confetti for both them and Leo Zed this week.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat did yell, "Oh boy," when I said Eleanor could pick Kalesa up.
Eleanor could pick Leo up.
Yeah. Well, Kalesa's bigger than Leo is.
That's true.
By quite a bit. Not taller, but bigger.
With a max strength score, could Eleonora pick Zed up?
That's too big. Not that he's too heavy. He takes up so much space that Eleonora would have a hard time lifting him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it would be physically awkward. I think Eleonora has the strength to pick Zed up.
Pivot.
Yeah. I think she has the strength to lift Zed's weight, like the weight of Zed. But I think picking him up would be awkward.
Eleonora Ashthorne is 4'10" and benches 450. So fucking true.
Yeah. Good for her. Oh goodness. Yeah. But yeah, I've also been enjoying. There's some subclass some multi-classing and subclassing developments going on with a lot of the NPCs this season. I think we talked about Eleonora taking a couple levels in Oath of Redemption Paladin.
Yeah, which unfortunately, well, at least thus far, we have not really seen her in combat yet, so we don't really get to see her.
Yeah.
No, doesn't she do a Paladin spell at some point?
I don't think so in the episodes we've recorded.
Okay. I thought she might have at some point, but all right. I may have forgotten about that. And the last 2 weeks are
a blur. We've done a lot of things. Yeah, we're gonna see more of that in like the last third of the season.
Yeah. Speaking of combat, next week's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The most complicated combat we have ever run on this show.
Yeah. It's
not perfect.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
We got condition rings.
We didn't have these.
We didn't have these, but we have them now because we kept forgetting things during this combat.
But now they've just turned into a form of comedy for us, because
Yes.
we were recording an episode the other day where I got really mad, like during the episode, like in character I got very angry.
This is a raging ring,
and Al just reached over and handed me the raging conditioner ring.
And I pulled out the frightened conditioning ring for myself and just held it so close.
So it's peak comedy, if nothing else. If it doesn't help us with our combat, it's peak comedy.
It'll help us in the final battle, at least. Oh goodness. Yes, if any of you have noticed me stimming with the cursed condition ring, current mood.
So but yeah, open questions
runs across the room.
Open questions in the chat. That didn't take us as long as I thought it was going to. Yeah. So we're just gonna keep riffing until we hit an hour. I
had a lot of fun, dude. The whole mirrors scene. I'm having a lot of fun. I said this earlier in the Q&A, but I'm having a lot of fun with the flexing of the horror muscles.
And it's only gonna get scarier because things other than the ghosts are coming.
Yes,
it's not just the ghosts.
But yeah, we started out the season with that one scene in the premiere, and Barry was just like, Barry has started, when we do the episode plans, just adding in lines of Al does weird horror shit here.
And I just let them go.
Yeah.
It's like watching a cute little bunny frolic in a field, except like the bunny is like Bunnicula, like it has fangs and shit all over it.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Oh goodness. Somebody in the chat said the ghost stuff is so fun so far. I'm having a lot of fun.
I'm having less fun.
Oh goodness.
I'm having to add more check boxes onto the list of things that Leo's eventually going to talk about with his therapist.
Sorry, buddy. But yeah, I just like being set loose to do horror narration. It's very fun to me.
I'm trying to think. That's end of episode 9 is when the shit just gets. We might have to start doing like content warnings for horror as we move on beyond like episode 6.
Yeah. Also, there's some stuff in episode 7 that is very fun. I've also enjoyed the sound design that you've managed to do. I said this earlier in the Q&A, but I've liked the sound design that you've been managing to do for all the horror stuff. I just and
I've had fun with that side of it, because I feel like, you know, if you go back and you listen to season 1 with our $30 mic and our clunky sound editing, and you listen to things, you know, now and episodes that we're going to be releasing in the future. I mean, this it's been a learning experience for both of us. And I think that, you know, as producers of stuff like this, you know, we are always still learning and we are always improving, but it's been kind of cool for me to like do a neat sound design thing and like listen through it and really feel like, oh, that rocks.
Yeah,
like
it rocks.
Because the first time I've ever really felt like that was with my sound design in season 2, episode 11.
Yeah.
With the like voice overlapping on You Don't Get to Leave Me, and like the soundtracking stuff that I was doing with that. I've been doing a lot of work with making recordings sound like they're coming out of a radio. So like I've been learning like sound design thing with that. And I was tooting my own horn a little bit over the sound design at the end with the non-detection spell, because we listened through it and I was like, yeah, this shit rocks.
Yeah, shit rocks. I have enjoyed a lot of the sound design that you've done in the front half of season 3. It's really good.
We have there is one sound design thing that I am doing that I have not even polished yet. Like, it doesn't have sound tracking under it or anything yet. I just did rough sound design on the raw audio for something in episode 9. And Al like got up out of their chair and stared at me yesterday.
Yeah. somebody in the chat said, yeah, it's wild to listen back to the first few episodes and see how much y'all have grown with recording and music and voice effects and stuff. It's really cool. Thanks.
We had to
oh god.
We had to pull up episode 1 to remember what Soren's character voice sounded like the other day, and realized that my Leo voice has changed so much. Like Leo in episode 1 compared to what his character voice is now sounds like Geralt of goddamn Rivia. I had my Leo voice in the fucking basement in episode 1.
Yeah.
I was too afraid of the fruit. I mean, yeah, I was too afraid.
Too afraid to be fruity.
Coward.
Cowardice. But yeah, it's been interesting. I'm enjoying where we're at in season 3. I'm enjoying how much we are managing to do.
And where we are right now, with what we're recording, like what we're finishing recording this evening, I don't think we have ever laughed harder recording an episode. Like it's horrible and like tragic and bad, but
it's really funny. We're having a lot of fun.
Fucking Brandon.
Yeah. We're having a lot of fun, and we're hoping that we get to flex more as we wind down this campaign and as we get into our next one.
Yeah. Well, I think with what we're getting ready to do, there's going to be a lot of horror muscles that get flexed.
Yeah.
Like especially at the end of the episode we're recording tonight. So have fun, bud.
Yes, there is for the episode we're recording tonight. There is
massive
in
cosmic
brackets
horror scene.
In brackets, Alda's horror narration here. It's like a fucking Ruby script. It's like Ruby storyboards. Al horror narration here. Oh gosh. But yes, we're very excited.
And then we have, so like I would say like mid season 3 is just like horror time, baby, and then like once we get to the back third of it, it's like plot twist, shit we've been building towards since season 1. Oh, you thought that Sabine one-liner in that one episode, like 2 episodes after she appeared, oh, you thought that didn't mean anything? Yes, it does. There's 3 episodes left in the campaign, and we've been waiting this whole time.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat just said horror and then a blushing emoji. Yeah.
Do not try to fuck the eldritch monsters.
I have no such compunction. Go wild. It's fine. Yeah, I'm excited for a lot of the horror stuff. I'm excited to get into the rest of it in season 3, and I'm excited to being able to flex the horror muscles this season has made me really excited to do our next campaign, which is horror themed.
Yeah, well, it I wouldn't say it's horror themed. I would say that horror is more of the canvas than the theme.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's different types of horror.
It's horror themed the way this campaign was fantasy themed.
Yeah. Where like there's a specific story we're telling, but the canvas we're telling it on is like there's a very specific story of our first campaign that we're trying to tell, and we just happen to use a D&D fancy and magic high fantasy setting for it. But we could have, I think something that's cool about the story that we're telling and the story that we're telling next campaign is we could have put it in any setting. This story about like generational trauma and recovering from the cycle of abuse could have been told in the suburbs in a modern setting. It could have been told in a sci-fi setting. We could have done it anywhere, but
we just enjoyed making this one.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed the way it played out in this one. And is still playing out because we're not finished yet. Soon.
Soon, they say. April. We're getting ready at getting it being done in April.
We're looking at the mainline episodes being done in March. Right now. But soon. I'm just glad we're going to get this campaign done before I turn 24.
You want to hear something fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be 30 by the time this shit's done. Bo Burnham playing ominously in the background.
Not this campaign.
With the bonus episode, we're not premiering campaign 2 before my birthday, are we?
Nope. No, but we're finishing this campaign and all the bonus episodes related to
before
it for your birthday.
Okay, yes. But when we release campaign
29, all right.
Oh my god, I forgot I was 28 for a second.
I'm sorry, that was loud.
No, I need you guys to be aware that that is a thing that happened. I forgot that I was not 29 for a second. I forgot that I was 28.
Yeah, we're going to get the last bonus episode for this campaign out in mid-June.
And all my stupid friends are having stupid children.
God. Anyway.
15-minute mark.
Yes, 15-minute mark. I am so fond of you. Very epic himbo moment.
I'm not a himbo. I'm not kind.
I keep telling you the criteria for himbification are attractive, stupid, respects women.
I'm stupid and I respect. I don't meet all the points on the triangle. I'm a harmbo.
Shut up. Get out of here.
I'm a harmbo.
Anyway. Anyway, open question time in the chat. But yeah, I've enjoyed flexing the horror muscles. I'm going to enjoy continuing to flex the horror muscles. And the sound design has been.
If people keep calling me a himbo in the chat, you're going to have to tell them the soup story before we sign off.
Oh, God. No, I'm not going to tell the soup story.
Okay.
I will leave you your dignity.
Thank you. Thank you. Bless you.
Oh, goodness. But yes. Horror muscles have been very interesting, and we are, as we finish the episode we're recording tonight, I think that's going to be a very interesting, like, cosmic horror thing to play with.
By interesting, they mean horrifying and disturbing.
And I think it's going to be. I think I'm going to have less chances to play with cosmic horror in the next campaign, so I am.
Oh no, because like next campaign it's all paranormal horror. Yeah.
Well, I'm
and psychological horror.
Do a little bit of stuff, but yeah, I think I'm enjoying playing with the cosmic horror while I have it. Somebody in the chat just said horrifying and disturbing. Sparkle heart. Yeah, you get it. But I'm gonna enjoy playing with the cosmic horror while I have it. It's very fun.
I really am just thinking about how we meant Florian to just be in and out.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then we were like,
yeah, now that more people are in the chat, how do we feel about Florian and Tomas, since they're the most major NPCs that got introduced this episode?
I mean, Maximus Grey River is important, but we could tell that he sucks. You could tell that he sucks.
He sucks shit. He sucks shit. He sucks shit, and he will continue to suck shit. God, we're gonna have to see him in Omegroth too. Oh my God.
Yeah,
we're gonna think we're rid of him,
and then nope, he's gonna come right back.
Somebody in the chat said Florian in all caps, sparkle heart. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like the
He's funky.
I think we had a conversation about Florian like after we finished recording his introductory scene, and I like ran outside to take a break and then came back in, and I sat down and I was like, you understand that the people will demand more of him. We can't just come in and be like, we brought you a fruit for one episode and take him away.
A little bi twink is something that can be so personal.
Yeah.
A little bi twink in a floppy hat is something that can be so personal.
And we already have a little bi twink,
yes.
but this one doesn't have the floppy hat or the sunglasses.
Or the art forger credentials.
Or the panache. Let's be real.
Leo has his own panache.
Leo wishes he had the range. Leo wishes he had Florian's range.
Somebody in the chat said, I care him. I love him. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I enjoyed being able to spotlight some of Sabine's siblings. I just enjoyed it. We didn't get to see enough of Colette when we had her. we'll see her more, I think. At the
we have
end of the
we have
season.
plans for some of the Javarises and some bonus episodes that we're working on. So
well, and towards the end of the season as we're getting the band together. But yeah, I enjoyed having Florian here. I love Tomas so much.
I would die for Tomas Highvale.
I love him. Is the thing.
The fact that I broke character in this episode to be like, I like this guy. It was so earnest.
Oh, I like this guy.
It was that was so earnest. Like I fully broke character because like I didn't know that much about Tomas before Al introduced him.
Yeah.
I knew like basically what function he was going to be playing. And I knew it was like, oh, this is the senator that is a city clerk. Like I knew the bare bones facts about his character.
Yeah.
But then he did that thing where he refused to shake Leo's hand because he understood that was a thing that's like not cool in Australia.
Yeah.
And established that. And like I fully broke character and was like, whoa, I like this dude. Yeah. Like he rocks.
He's just funky.
He rocks.
He's just nice. He's just a nice dude.
Which I don't think we ever go too much into his backstory, but you said that he was like a doctor, right?
Yeah, he was a healer for a while.
That got called into public service because of necessity, because the Volturian Senate blows.
Yeah, he was a healer who ran for Senate because of... I think I said when I was planning out his backstory that he ran for Senate because of underfunding of the hospital that he worked at. But yeah, he's good. He's just a dude.
And now he's the chairman of the Urban Planning Committee. Yeah. We love him.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, which like, I mean, and we get that there's a lot of like hairy stuff about like the narrative of someone who's trying to change things from the inside, which like Tomas is. He is somebody that's trying to change things from the inside, but also like he's a genuinely good dude.
Yeah, like he's just...
And pretty incorruptible too.
That's the fun thing about him, I think, is that he is morally upstanding. His methods you don't always have to agree with, and sometimes they are interesting.
Yeah.
But his morals are unimpeachable. I love him.
I would say neutral good. Like if we had to, because he's not chaotic.
He's not chaotic.
He's got a plan.
Yeah.
He's got a plan. That plan isn't necessarily lawful because he gets that sometimes the law is fucked.
Yeah. He's just a good dude, and I enjoyed having him in there. And I have enjoyed having him around for the front half of the season that we've recorded.
Actually, I do want to make the joke now.
Oh god.
Or I do want to inform them of how I've been making the joke of. We had a like clutching our head moment when we were looking at like the way the lines in this episode with Tomas's introduction panned out, and I looked at Al and I went, "Oh God, if people don't know, they're gonna start shipping him with Boreas."
Yeah,
he's the only good person in the Senate. Okay,
yeah. Boreas is a very good friend of his.
Yeah, they are.
He is Boreas's very good friend.
Yeah.
God, he is Boreas' very good friend. Boreas is a romantic, and Tomas is a boyfriend,
who we do get to meet.
Yeah, a long-term partner.
Oofta.
But yeah, I just enjoyed having him around. He's just fun. He's just vibing. Not 5-minute call, but like 7-minute call. Questions in the chat. But yeah, so I enjoyed getting him introduced. I enjoyed getting Florian introduced.
We didn't enjoy getting Maximus Graver introduced, but we had to.
Yeah, but we had to. We had to because we need his background for a lot of to inform a lot of the season. He's a necessary character. He's just slimy. Ooh. But yeah, very fun to have all of them around. What else were the highlights of this episode? I should say, because we've talked about how we had to split this episode. The ending of the episode was supposed to be when the wheel stopped.
Yeah.
And we were going to do the Hall Mirrors thing in the next episode.
But that would have been over 2 hours.
Yes, but that would have been over 2 hours. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, because we were supposed to... What the plan was to end the episode with the wheel stopping.
Yes.
And then do everything in the Hall of Mirrors and the scrying scene and the dungeon crawl that we're doing next week in another episode, which again would have ended up being over 2 hours.
It would have made episode 4 so long too.
Yeah, because we're gonna be real with you. I would say like 75% of episode 4 is combat, and it is a complicated combat. We're gonna be posting battle maps. We have screenshots of every round of combat.
Yeah, we have a lot of screenshots. We're going to be posting battle maps with everything for episode 4. It was a fun combat to run. We did not get everything perfect because Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of rules.
Yeah,
and it was exhausting to do, but it was fun, and I liked the level design that we did for it.
Yeah.
So we're excited for everybody to hear that. Yawn. But yeah, the ending of this episode was supposed to be when the wheel stopped, and we were like,
"Whoa, that's really long.
Really long. Oh, we can't do that." And oh god, if we had added the Hall of Mirrors episode, oh my god, episode 4 would have been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's already a pretty long episode.
It's like an hour.
I think it's an hour 20.
Hour 20-ish, something like that.
Something like that. It's not short. But yeah.
5 is a monster. Just brace yourselves for that. 5 is long as hell.
Yeah. Well, it's not
2 hours. It's not our longest episode
not
either.
Our longest episode.
But not by much.
It's pretty long.
It's almost as long, because I think Off the Rails is our longest episode.
Off the Rails is our longest episode at an hour and 51 minutes, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, don't at me.
Yeah, and episode 5 of season 3 is not far behind that. It's a big one.
It's large.
6 is short, but it doesn't need to be long.
It's short, but a lot of stuff happens.
It's short, but it doesn't need to be long to get you.
But yeah, so we've been trying to play more fast and loose with our outline and not getting married to certain things happening in certain episodes this season. We're just doing what we're doing. And it's been working pretty well. But we're very excited going into the back half of it.
5-minute call now.
Yeah, 5-minute call.
Yeah, 5 is a monster. 7 is going to be a monster. The raw audio for 7 is almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, we have a bit of a editing backlog since we've recorded a bunch of episodes over Barry's work break. But yeah, we're very excited. It's been a tiring 2 weeks, but we're very excited about all the things that we have and all the things that are coming. We will be wearing the samples from our merch store next week, and that'll be going up in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I still have to figure out how running an online store works. So because I'm kind of the one that's my division, so I'm trying to figure it out.
But we're very excited.
Well, and we're still waiting on some art too, because we're gonna have little Leo and Fee chibi stickers, little stickers, and little keychains, and like maybe some like little notebooks and stuff.
Yeah, you could probably put them on a shirt.
I don't know if we want to put them. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're very excited for that. That'll be coming in the next couple weeks. We will be wearing the shirts next week because they should be coming today.
I'm actually checking my email to see if they got it, because if they came in, if these shirts get here like under the door like Indiana Jones, I'm gonna be so excited. Hold on, I'm gonna see if they were delivered.
Oh goodness. Our mail comes very late in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the merch stuff we're very excited for, and for our
they're here.
So we're gonna show you that right now. But yeah, for our $5 patrons, we're planning on having a discount code. Woody, don't cry. I'll be right back. We're planning on having a discount code for that and shuffling around some of our patron rewards. Very exciting. Good stuff. But yeah, right now we have the logo stuff. We have the logo on a t-shirt, a hoodie. I believe we have it on a hat. I think we have it on a hat. And we have matching World's Okayest Grand Duke and World's Okayest Grand Duchess mugs, one of which we will be showing off as soon as Barry comes back in. Here he is.
Compelled merch unboxing video, not clickbait.
In the last 45 seconds of our Q&A.
Oh, shut up. We can open the shirts.
Yeah.
The party pooper.
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying.
Al got the t-shirt. I got the hoodie.